The NFL Madden League Season 2-1-2023 Week 1-7 games and highlights will be coming up next on GOAT's International Sports Showdown 2023. The NFL Madden League Season 2-1-2023 Week 1-7 matchup is now live streaming on GOAT's International Sports Showdown 2023. Week 1-7 New Orleans Saints 9-7 Philadelphia Eagles 1-4-1. Week 1-7 Indianapolis Colts 1-0 New York Giants 3-8 Final. Week 1-7 Dallas Cowboys 2-7 Tennessee Titans 1-3 Final. Week 1-7 Cleveland Browns 2-4 Washington Commanders 1-0 Final. Week 1-7 Minnesota Vikings 1-7 Green Bay Packers 4-1 Final. Week 1-7 San Francisco 49ers 3-7 Las Vegas Raiders 3-4 Final.
Today, from Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, it's a special New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Gardner Minshew and the Philadelphia Eagles versus Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason. And that can take you deep into January.
It takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Bringing them out now in his 4th season after, of course, a memorable 2019 debut. It's Gardner Minshew.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The Eagles have 14-1 now on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Minshew. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Boston Scott, his first carry. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Sanders Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Minshew sets to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're bringing them out in his 8th year out of Florida State, the former Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Winston now. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And it's Washington out to an early lead. Carson Wentz, a first-quarter touchdown pass in that one. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Minshew, he finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 35. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll run with Sanders. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, two cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium.
From the 31, Winston.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Winston on 3rd and 2. And he'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jameis to throw it. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Minshew, 1st and 10. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Minshew. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Minshew. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing, Winston. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. It's taken to the 26. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter. And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had. Right. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100. He's been working well towards 100 here. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Minshew buying time to his left. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one A little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Second down, back to Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That story that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's a busy Week 17 of the regular season, so let's get right to it. We begin on this New Year's Day up in the Big Apple. Last night, they got to see the ball drop in Times Square. Today, they get Indianapolis taking on the New York Giants. And it's the Giants who have the lead as they approach halftime. Daniel Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On third down, Winston. He's going to air one out. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete, would have been fourth down.
Exactly.
Jet sweep. Here's Olave. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Now it's 2nd and 9. To throw, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Minshew's throw complete here to his receiver Brown. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
A gain of 3, second down. Another run here with Sanders. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run with Scott. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Winston. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Winston. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go with Kamara. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. To throw is Winston. Forced out to his left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. Give them 18 on the play. Again, it's Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hardy. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. That's complete right around the 8. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Working out of the gun. Winston. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 2nd and goal, Winston. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4, and this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. This will be caught once again by Brown. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 73 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Oh, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Winston. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Winston. Going up top. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and they will remain well behind. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Over the middle to Smith. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Eagles, they move to a sparkling 15-1 with one game still to go in the regular season. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.